All right, thank you for tuning in to Talking Tea with Tika. It is Tika, and I have a co-host with me, and it's her. And what's your name? Madeline.
Yes. You don't know that name?
What? Oh, the mic here.
I like a mic in my hand. Thank you. Madeline. They call me Maddie B. First Lady. Deja Vu from Chicago. Line dancing.
I just want to know who was sitting next to me. Now, I also have some other people here. I don't know if you guys notice or recognize any of these people. They're up and coming. These are up and coming dancers. Did you just sip your tea? I didn't even give it an indication to even drink. That was more of a slurp. These are all up and coming. They're up and coming steppers. Really? Okay. So I already see where this one is going. So basically, what has to happen in order to really be recognized in the stepping game, you have to come on this show first, and then I'm actually going to introduce these people to the world, and give them my permission to go ahead and start to dance and things of that nature. So you should see them coming out pretty soon. So we're going to start on this end, introducing who we have. Again, these are new people, so go ahead. Look at this.
The cane. That's the cane.
You can actually say your tagline. Go ahead.
I'm sexy, Chuck.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh, my God.
So I'm Ed Donaldson from Detroit. King shit.
That's it. Okay.
This is going to be something.
This is going to be something else, isn't it?
I'm Carlton Puckett from LA. Up and coming.
Oh, he actually admitted that he was.
This one an up and came right here. He an up and came.
Just saying, 14 years, I'm just saying.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah, right? That look great here and everything. Drew Alexander II, the phenom from Detroit, now in Dallas. And that's what they call me.
That's the little female daddy.
Different show. Thank you.
You sipping tea?
Yes, I am. Because, right.
I'm just going to pass that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass the mic.
We see you passing the mic, though. You don't have to announce that you're passing the mic.
It's your boy, the doctor from the shy.
The DOC, baby.
Look at me. I'm sobbing in the mouth.
You know?
I ain't playing.
You know what?
It's 12 o'clock.
I don't think I've ever had a.
He got a 15-piece suit on.
15-piece.
Breakfast. And I ain't even hot. It's breakfast.
Right.
I don't think I've ever had a guest that actually have a suit made for the show.
Yeah, this was made for the show. Yeah, I'm the first. I'm the first.
Well,
I'm the first.
Okay, so as you guys see, everybody's holding a cell phone. Like, a lot of these people have never gone live before, so especially the next person.
This is my main man coming up next. I'm telling you.
You know him already?
I know him.
He's new though.
He didn't came. He come.
He got. Well, go ahead, baby. Can you pass him the mic? Can you give him the mic now? Why are you announcing him?
Let me just say something. He need an announcement, but why you still got your mic?
Because I'm not host.
I thought we were hosts.
Oh,
It's the new thing.
oh my God.
Tell me what it is.
So,
Go
I
ahead.
was the up and coming stepper.
We can't hear you.
Not a TV show.
Everybody take a sip.
That's a slurp. You need a
Yeah.
slurp.
Yeah, we need to start on the hold on, wait.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God. Okay. So what else do you have to say?
Oh my
So,
God.
my name is Sean.
Okay.
By way of Indiana, Gary, Indiana, actually. I am a Chicago reborn.
Yeah.
So, I'm still a student of the dance, trying to learn as much.
We just asked you.
See?
I mean, honestly,
That's why I just said up and coming.
right, because we haven't really got over into it yet. But I mean, I get it. You're new, so you got to get used to this type of stuff. Get used to it. Get used to it. Is this okay? This is new for you. This is training for you guys. I get it.
phone propped up.
It's on a bunny rabbit.
Hold on. Wait, y'all.
You know what?
Here comes
We need to sip some tea on this right now.
Look at, come on, turn around.
I need to know why.
Who would have a phone case like that?
Is that chinchilla? Is that what you just?
Well, that's
As he you say that's
Y'all
velvet.
fight on square.
Oh my God! No, we're gonna talk about Velvet later. We're gonna talk about Velvet later. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, baby. We're gonna talk about
I'm
Velvet later. Go ahead.
Amanda. I'm Amanda Anderson. I'm from Detroit.
You gotta look that way because that's the
I'm
main
Amanda
camera. 'cause
Anderson. I'm from Detroit.
Girly though.
Right.
I'm the only girl up here. So
That's the
I'm
quiet
chilling. Y'all women. I'm just the,
Oh,
I'm the
that's
younger.
sweet.
I'm the younger.
I don't know. I mean,
You know.
It sounds
pass the mic back.
Okay.
Bring it back because you
Give
done
me
messed
my
up
damn
already.
mic
Just bring it
back.
back. Right, because she don't mess
I'll
up.
hold it for us.
So, did you say you don't hold the mic for us? For you?
Not
Okay, what's the name of this show?
Maddie B.
Talking Tea with Maddie B.
Right. Look,
Maddie B talking with T.
D-
I like that.
Can you? What's the name of this show? Why are these people here? What are we talking about today?
I'm not sure. Okay, this is talking to the T. I'm sorry.
We
No,
talking
what's
about
the
me.
title of the show?
Oh,
Talking about Doc with Doc.
no, Doc. That's
Oh
not.
my God! Let me tell y'all something.
something. It's up and coming.
It is. It's the new faces.
New
of
faces.
stepping. Now, because these people are so new, they're
Right.
undisciplined.
Right.
So you guys gonna have to really be patient. I'm gonna do my best.
We're
I'm
getting.
gonna do my best to try to control these people. These people are.
If we call out our people that's on the line. What's
You
up?
could go ahead.
What's up, Angela Island?
Hey, Bob.
Angela
Hey,
Lawrence.
Celeste.
Take forever. It'll take forever. We can't call.
Oh, okay.
Just say, what's up, my peeps?
Why? Okay. So anyway, the new.
He's from the South Side. Oh, God. He's from the South
All right.
Side.
So let me ask this. So I think everybody said where they're from. I think they said too much.
Yeah,
Then they said their names and all that stuff. Again, we really don't know why Doc is here.
right.
So just keep that in mind. So anytime we refer to Doc, we don't know why he's here. Oh, I know why we're here. He's the actual doctor to the Heritage Ball. So just in case any of us felt ill or anything,
Hold on,
That's what Cheryl.
That's what Cheryl said.
Here's my resume. Read.
And
And know why I'm here. Come on. In that order.
He wrote it down. He wrote it down. Wait, he wrote it down.
That was my notes from my speech.
okay. I'm already tired. I'm just gonna say that right now. This is. I'm already feeling the energy. So we're gonna start with Amanda, which is the sensible one at the table. How long have you been dancing, sweetheart? I know you're really new, but how long have you been dancing?
About 4 or 5 years.
Oh, I guess you need to be
About
able
4
to
or
go
5
ask her
years.
that.
About 4 or 5 years.
But I have a co-host, but I think she's supposed to get up and walk around and ask and with the.
I don't know now. She been
Okay, so
Amanda.
Yes.
you want to ask or want me to re-ask it?
We ask it, please.
Okay, Amanda, baby, how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing about 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yes.
All right. How are you introduced into the dance?
These two right here.
And
Yeah.
those two would be because they're new because people don't
Edward
know them.
Donaldson and Drury Alexander.
Why are you smiling like that? Why
So,
is such a big old
this is
smile
your
on your
protege.
face?
This is one of your proteges.
Smart
You
guy.
would end it like this.
It's my god brother.
I'm just wondering. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
So they're God, brother, and sister,
Right.
Okay.
and she just know Drew.
I know Drew through Edward Donaldson.
Oh, see.
And so we're doing the formal names today because you
I
said Edward.
always do that with them.
Really? So what are your? So we need to go back through and everybody introduce themselves as their government names. No, we don't want to do that.
I'm not calling him sexual.
Oh, some of y'all are supposed to be here.
First of all, we are not calling Ed
Oh,
Donaldson
okay.
sexy chocolate.
I'm not
Sexual
gonna
child.
do
You
that.
don't want to.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, that's fine.
So we can say Big Ed, the Cane, however you want to
How
say
you
it.
want to say it?
We're not calling him sexy chocolate.
Your TV just failed.
Can I take it?
I'll pick it up.
Sexual chocolate.
Oh,
Sorry.
You want to call him
I'll
that?
take that.
I'll call him that.
Got a lot going
There
on.
you go.
Okay,
I'll call
wait.
you
Here we go.
that.
It's official.
Damn.
I'm sexual chocolate.
What just happened?
What just happened? We got two sexual chocolates at the table.
Well, no,
What
I'm
happened?
not gonna call
Well,
him
really
that.
three.
Oh,
So you're not gonna call him sexual chocolate? Well, we won't.
No,
Either.
he's Edward Donaldson.
We won't call him
The
sexual
can,
chocolate
the
either.
can.
All right. Do you have any more questions for Amanda? We'll come back to her if you
Yeah,
want, because
so
we gotta
Amanda-
ask her some stuff. Go ahead.
Okay.
So you saw this dance somewhere,
Correct.
and you said,
I need to learn that. Actually, let me do that again. I was ballrooming. I was Detroit ballrooming.
oh, wow.
And Drew and Ed came up to me like, you need to learn how to step. So Drew took me to his class, and I just been stepping ever since.
So you still borrow.
I still ballroom.
Okay. There's not a lot of difference between stepping in ballroom, kind of. I mean, some kind of movement, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it is.
yeah,
Okay,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
yeah.
All right.
Hold hers.
It's a lot.
Hold her TV for her, because it
That
keeps
is not
falling.
a TV.
It's a TV. It's a miniature TV. Okay, so go ahead. Okay, so let's wait on Sean, because Sean got an attitude. Sean has an attitude. No, Sean has
have
an
one
attitude.
with you.
No. Well, he
I can't
clearly
have
has
one.
one with me.
He's not gonna have
And he
one
acts
with
like
me.
people know who he is.
They
Don't
do.
nobody know you yet. This is
That's
breaking you. This show is going to break you.
So how long is
It's,
this?
it's bigger than what it is. It's in my head. It's bigger.
It's bigger than
I'm Wendy Winfrey.
I'll wait. I'll wait till she gets done.
Go ahead. How long have you been studying? Go ahead.
About 5.5, 6 years.
Okay. So how did you, being from Indiana, come over to Chicago and say, I want to do this?
Started out in the skating rink. Hurt myself. Couldn't skate for a while. Started watching videos on YouTube at the skating rink. And that's how I was exposed to the dance.
And so did you have a main instructor? Did you just wake up and say, I can skate, so I'm going to do this? How did that happen?
So I tried that first.
And
Didn't
then
work
what?
out. I was on the sideline at the club all the time. No dancing. So I actually started out, my friend Taisha took me to Doc. And,
Doc who? I'm sorry.
You know, you seen it.
I don't know. Yeah.
The guy to the side.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sit here like this. Shut up. I mean, honestly. Go ahead.
So I was exposed to DP and Doc, Nike and Tori, Sauce Team and Nate, and that kind of took my foundation.
So you think it's good to go to different instructors? Because some instructors say, if you go to somebody else, then you can't come back here.
It's all dependent on the content. It's all dependent on the content and where you are able to, what you're able to retain in the dance. Some folks can't do 2 or 3 things at once. My brain works a little bit different. I have to do multiple things at once. So I was able to grasp it from those folks.
So you don't do a lot of turns though in your step. You do a little more footwork. Right?
Yeah, let's zoom in on this one. This is gonna be good. Go ahead.
Okay.
Then sips. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from when I saw you in the beginning and now, you still don't do a lot of turns.
So I got shut down in the club dancing with Tina Moore, Shani Simmons. Wasn't having the turns. Then I got to Leanna. Wasn't having the turns.
Definitely not Leanna.
Danielle Wordlow wasn't having the turns, so I had to. But I watched my parents box. So skating, legs down, that was natural. It felt good. So when I got to that venture and with the encouragement from those folks, I was forced to.
Well, now you named some old school names. Shanice and Tina Moore and Leanne. Right? Those are old school, so they don't do that.
Right.
So do you change the way you dance when you dance new school and old school?
So my dance is adapted to who I'm dancing with. And definitely what the music tells me to do, whatever the music tells me to do, that's what
That's good. You got some questions, Steve?
I'm just surprised that these guys are so new. They're so new and they know so much already. It's really shocking. Can we skip him?
Yes.
Thank you.
He knew too.
He's very new. So we're gonna save the newest for last.
No, we just want to talk to Kevin.
Oh
So, Kevin,
God.
how long have you been dancing?
I stopped counting.
And what year?
I started dancing. I was dancing in '77.
I was
I ain't that old,
5.
though.
I was 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was 1 when your song came out, so you might be 5.
Right. Sip some tea, sip some tea.
Shots 5.
Yeah, we need to stop. We need to stop right now. I need to go. No, wait, no. Yeah, I need something. Listen, I'm the host, and I'm doing you guys a favor.
Oh.
I really would like for y'all to stop, yeah, Ed, you okay? I would really like for y'all to stop dissing. Y'all are dissing me at this point. It ain't no shade. It's just straight diss.
This ain't what it is. Yeah, we came out here to support Maddie. So
Oh my God!
came up because you know what?
Put your cup down, Sean. Put your cup down.
I'm
Tell
just
it
telling you
like
like
it
this.
is, Doc. Tell it like it
I watch it every week faithfully. You only have 1 or 2 people. Maddie, come on here. You got the whole room crowded up in here. People came back.
is. Well, that's what happened.
I know. I know. Do the damn thing.
Ask him a question so we can
Okay.
move on. Just one.
So, you said
Maybe.
1977.
Yes.
So you were dancing where?
And there's a basement party, remember the blue light basement party?
Right.
I used to sneak in.
Right.
Follow my cousins, my uncle to the club. I sneak in.
Uh-huh.
You know, we had a rule in the house when the street lights come on,
Supposed to be in
be in the house, or that's about 7 o'clock to get your butt whooped.
there.
Well, I came up with my own thing. If I get a whooping at 7:01, that same whooping gonna be the same at 10:01. So why not?
That's
right. Why not have fun?
That really is really good. That's really good. Y'all clap your hands on that. Audience, we need a hand clap on that
If you
because
don't get it, you might as well earn it.
yeah, let me earn this.
My
Yeah.
mother used to say, if it's worth the whooping, go ahead on and do it.
Yeah. And it was worth the whooping a lot.
Okay. So clubs, some of the older clubs. that
Oh
you know.
man, I used to do the Copper Box, the Bernie's.
Is that the 117th Cup of Rice or
Yeah,
93rd and
yeah.
80th?
I did both.
Okay.
What was that on Saturday night in Ashland?
Fantasy.
The Fantasy, the East of the Rhine.
Right. So these are Southside clubs, actually.
Yeah.
These are Southside.
Yeah.
Because we're all over here confused. I have no idea.
You know what? Because you hadn't been out of here yet. Drew knows. You know, when you travel, you know about these places.
You need to get them up there now.
But you know what?
Yeah, I'll be out of the house.
No.
You can say my
Stay.
kid. You're all right today.
Okay.
And,
Let's get to the 1990s.
Who thought this process? She didn't think this was
I
doing
can't
it.
even go
The
back.
lady with the
So when did you start competing? Let's go.
I didn't start competing till 2011. I wanted to
Really?
see what it was like.
Uh-huh.
And I asked people to dance with me, and they looked me up and down like, I'm good. But then they go dance with somebody else. So I had to grab my student who was a beginner to dance with me for people to see my dance. And that's
your
how it worked.
student.
Tamika Hill.
Okay.
And, you know, they saw me dance. They said, oh, he can dance, but they didn't pay attention to it until 2012 when I came out here in Atlanta and did that. That Man on Man with Nike. And then they realized, this boy got some work. So, and I
That was
was
hot.
working.
That all stuff.
That was.
Yeah, and after that's
Good
when
job.
everybody
That was
knew
my first hair.
who I was.
I remember that.
Yeah. But I've been dancing, doing the same dance.
For 30 years.
But your dance has elevated.
But everything elevates every
You
year.
got some new school turns.
Yeah, that's all I did with
He
it.
old school with new school turn.
Yeah,
I had to
exactly.
tell somebody last night, like, you ain't old school if you skipping a beat and all that.
But see, I was
Let's
taught.
get you disqualified.
Okay, yeah, that's
Here's the thing. I always learned how to dance from the waist down. Then as the years go, then they come with these terms. You know that I forgot the boy name. Troy, the female.
The female.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, he's got- I tried to get him, I
All
couldn't
these
get him.
pressers. I tried to do a presser with somebody. Like, what the heck?
What is it? See,
You know,
so who started naming these moves?
No. I said
That's the roll out,
presser
roll
because-
back.
No. See,
The
y'all.
butterfly and the matador.
Listen. No.
The extended right, the extended left, and the carousel. Go
When
ahead.
I said presser, because I'm thinking of a presser when people buy that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
What's
Yeah.
Drew doing?
Yeah.
So I started incorporating that, but
The
it
pretzel
depends
move.
on who I dance with.
Yeah, 'cause you
Now
didn't
when I
give
go
me
to
that
my
last time.
dance, my old school people, we from the waist down, we get it. Okay. Now when I dance with Tika, then we can go from the waist up.
Oh, okay.
I
was
You
scared.
play Life in the Country.
Yeah, I like that song for me.
Thank
I was
you.
gonna
I
say,
mean,
I
the song
like
is
that
not
song.
a bad
Hold on, wait.
song.
It's not. It's a great song.
Right.
You just gotta earn your stripes to heal.
Get your weight up.
Get your weight up. We told you last night you gonna come on the
This is when you grab this right here.
Come on. Sip some tea out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take that one just straight on across the chin. That's. I mean, and y'all did. Y'all. It was like 6 of y'all. It was like basically all of the DJs that was on the panel
Okay.
ends up in front of me at the table. I'm going. I don't even understand.
I don't even know y'all.
And so
Y'all
I said,
telling me
I
about
was like, who is
song.
this guy? They was like, that was Mellow Chris. I'm like, oh, and who is that? That's
Excuse
Calvin.
me,
That's-
you have to put the in front of that name.
the Mellow Chris.
Yeah.
The Mellow Chris. See,
See,
I'm
that's why
already.
you won't even get your song played. You
Well,
said the man
listen,
wrong.
Mellow Chris ain't gonna play nobody's song Let me tell you
Oh,
that.
that's how they
Oh,
do
yeah,
it.
oh, yeah. Most DJs do not take requests. That's a request. You know, they
No,
don't.
that's not really a request.
That's a
Because
request.
I mean, I'm looking at it a little bit different than a request. I'm on a campaign. I'm actually on a campaign,
Uh-huh.
and the campaign is for people just to play it, just
That
on
one
their
song.
regular.
Let me tell you
Just,
what
I
it
just
is.
want to hear. I just want that song. I was just asking. I'm not
Oh,
demanding.
she don't like what I'm playing.
That's called asking.
No, I
to play this. That's a
I'm
request.
asking. It's,
That's what a request is.
but I'm pre-asking it. It's not.
That's what a request
Whatever. Who we asking today? You gonna get up, or you want me to go? No. I didn't mean it like
Next
that.
time.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean it.
Okay, so we're coming over to the cane.
Okay.
No, you gotta say it right.
The
Tell them how to
cane.
say it. No, it's a certain way.
That's the
Tell
way I
them.
say it, and that's where he gonna take
Well,
it.
go ahead, ask the question. My
Now
bad.
let him say however he like it, but I
But
say
that's the
what?
way you gonna say it.
How do I call you?
The cane.
The cane.
Oh, okay. And how do you say it?
How do you say it?
King shit.
I told you it was different.
The bass in the
Wait,
voice,
and
right.
then what would I do when I saw you the next time? What would you do? Okay, go ahead. Stop that. Now, so how long have you been dancing?
About 5 or 6 years now.
Okay. So you're out of where? Detroit too?
Detroit. Yep, East Side, Mac and Bewick all day.
Oh my God. I don't even understand. I'm so
I love
confused
it.
with that.
There's something wrong with him. He got a
I
few
mean,
screws
oh
loose, but I
my
love it. I
God.
love
Wait,
it.
can I say something first?
Ain't you already saying something?
Yeah.
Can I get some OT, please? 'Cause I just
She
been
said
there.
no refills.
Really?
What?
You shouldn't have drank it that fast.
Because we're not feeding you. Can you start drinking, start eating? No, we got no wings. We got a budget. That's why I'm doing this to try to get more views. Maybe lead to sponsorships. I don't know.
That's why they
Trying to
say
get my weight
your
up. Trying to get my weight up. You know what I'm
Okay, get
saying?
your weight up.
Trying to get my weight up. Go ahead.
Well, let's
Can we
go.
have a refill?
So now, come on, tell me some of your history, because it just looked like you showed up one day. We thought you were Drew's brother.
I thought you actually was Drew. I thought y'all was the same
I know
person.
everybody told you that. Like,
Everywhere.
Where?
Everywhere.
That's Drew. Oh, that ain't Drew.
He used to have a shirt.
Everywhere.
They
Yeah.
say I ain't
Same
Drew's.
person.
Yeah. I put it on the back, said, I ain't Drew.
Oh, really?
So wait a minute, then who taught you how to step?
Well, I started my very first encounter with stepping was Daryl and Angela Ireland. They've been in the contest a few times, won.
What? I'm just giving you some more
Oh, thank you.
libations.
So that's who I like initially saw it, and then Sherry was like, "Well, you need to learn." I'm gonna drink some of this because it was good. That needs some ice though. So
That's that king shit.
That's gang shit right there. That's gang shit.
So she was like, "You need to learn how to step," and I'm like, "No, like when you gonna hold the lady? Like like I need to hold her because I was ballroom and stuff, like pull her in." And then I saw like her and Drew like walking, and I was like, "I need to do that right there." Like so, and then she was like, "Well, you gotta learn how to step." But I had already been ballrooming, and me and Drew was cool. So he was like, "Yeah, you need to come to class too." So I started with Angela and Daryl. Then I was like, "This ain't for me." Then Sherry was like, "You need to learn." Then I was hanging with Drew. So of course he was teaching me, and it all just started snowballing.
Okay, so who taught you how to step?
Because I had forgot what you asked.
I forgot.
I was like this.
I forgot the damn question.
That's the main thing. Sherry,
Okay, so
Sherry gave me the dance itself. I was here in Chicago every month for the last 5 years, just about learning the dance. She brought me every month.
So who was the names that you said originally taught you how to dance?
Daryl and Angela Ireland
Out of Detroit?
out of Detroit.
Wow. Why have I never heard that before?
You say that?
That name.
She always
Oh, right, with the comeback move. Ah! That's my girl. Okay, wow. I'm sorry. That was a senior moment. I have those, right?
You need some Dr. Pepper.
If I had it 34 degrees, we'd be all good. But we sipping tea.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Batika.
This ain't
Thank
drinking
you.
Dr. Pepper with Maddie.
Thank you.
This is
Sipping tea with Tika. Thank you.
That's a new.
No,
No.
I don't need competition. She
Right.
blow me out of the water. I'm just trying to build a thing. I'm building a brand. I'm trying.
So now, how long have you been competing?
5 or 6 years, right out the gate. I started off.
So you thought you was all that after you learned you could?
No, like right into it, Sherry was like, you need to do this teacher-student contest with me, with Big Henry on the west side.
Right.
So I got in that.
And that's Big Henry from Chicago.
Yeah,
No
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
That was the
Thank you.
first, I did that student teacher. Then I did the world's largest and won first place.
Nobody even asked you that. We just wanted to know what you've done. That's it.
Okay, so you did win first
Yeah,
place.
beginner.
That was in beginners. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't.
then
I didn't
Yeah, he
win.
was sweating like a...
I didn't win.
I know.
you
Then
was sweating like a hoe in church. Sorry about
Help
the
us.
whole
Help
remark.
us, Lord.
I'm sorry. That's what I thought about. Go ahead.
She said, that's what I thought about. That's just what I thought about.
That's what I thought about. Okay.
So then after that, the next year, I did the Chicago's largest with Sherry. I won first place in that new school. That next
So
year-
without Sherry, you wouldn't be shit, is what you said.
It wouldn't be no king shit.
It wouldn't be king.
It wouldn't be no
It
king shit.
But go ahead.
But that's the reason
Okay,
why
I know. I'm just
this year,
Uh-huh.
this past year,
Oh my
when I
God.
won,
Do
it was
you-
earned.
You do it. Oh, let me sip. That's a sip. That's a sip. That is clearly a sip moment. Yeah.
Sip.
Just chill.
So after that,
Just sip. Yeah.
after
Don't.
winning
Yeah.
that,
Just sip. Just sip. Yeah.
I got in the category over and over and couldn't win. Me and Amanda tried and tried.
And tried.
grinded.
Which category?
And track.
New school. That's we got a new school. Year after year, I got my ass handed to me.
On the stool.
And that's a lot.
And then I said,
I had to
I'm
get
about
one
to
in. I had to
win.
get one in. I didn't have any. I didn't have any.
So we
more.
worked
I
hard
didn't have any.
and
I didn't have any.
we earned it. It wasn't given to us. We earned it. So that's the beauty of it.
Oh,
Knees out.
Nobody said, John.
No, I'm just saying, like, it really took a lot of work. Like,
So what kind of work did it take?
well, let me answer. There was a meme that was out. Is it called a meme or meme?
Meme.
A meme.
Memes.
There was one with Amanda, face flat. I shared it. I wanted to go. I wanted to go. I shared it personally.
And what
Like
was the statement?
I don't remember, but the picture was hilarious.
I dropped her.
I laughed so he dropped her.
He
And
did.
y'all still...
And when she fell, but this is the
Still
thing.
talking to
But no,
you?
this is your thing. When she fell, it wasn't like it was like a drop and slide. Oh my God, it was hilarious.
When
It's
you fall, you
different.
gotta make it part
It
of
was
the dance.
oh God. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I digress. I'm sorry, sweetie.
So the hard work paid off.
it did.
So listen, and this is one of the things about the dance. You're not gonna wake up in the morning and be contest ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not gonna. You gotta put some work in. Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I gotta put some work. New school.
I was born.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So you're out of California?
Originally by way of Chicago. I grew up on the west side. Then I moved from there to East Chicago, Indiana. And then originally I ended up landing in Indianapolis. From there, I relocated out to California, and I'm where I am today.
The rest is history.
Hey, buddy. Who
He's
else you, bro?
Oh, you trying to act like he relocated. He on the witness protection. Well, your ass is trouble.
You shouldn't have lied.
I'm telling you, we got 3,000 people on my field,
at work right
so
now.
I don't know. You in trouble. You should have went to work today, bro.
So,
Who was your main instructor?
my main instructor actually started out to be Brian Patterson.
Okay, Brian Patterson is out of Chicago. Stephen B.
Yeah.
That's right. I saw him last night.
Oh.
So I literally, when I first got introduced to the dance from a gentleman by the name of Victor James, he was teaching classes.
Out of Indianapolis. He used to dance with my friend Nicola.
So Victor James taught me as much as he could and got me as far as he could. Then Brian came down and did a workshop. So then I was like, damn, that brother's younger. I want to start doing what he's doing. So
That's
he
when
took
you
me.
moved.
He took me under his wing. Started taking me out to 3Gs, Willowbrook, after 7 sets, and all those joints.
Never the deja vu. Go ahead.
He never got me the deja vu.
Never say room.
Literally. Now, I mean, like, he taught me and showed me, like, the bases of stepping, had me getting my suits made by Gino and everybody else.
That's what did me.
Listen,
Yeah.
he
Go
took
ahead.
me down the
Nice.
right road.
So he got me right. So as soon as I moved out to LA, all of a sudden I felt I'd been dancing for about 13 years. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to compete now.
Oh.
I am. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm the old dog that learns some new tricks.
Right.
I like
Nothing
that.
wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So wait a minute. So living on the west side of Chicago, you never learned how to step?
I always, honest to God, I always like, man, that's the old dance. I ain't trying to learn that. I ain't trying to do that.
You was doing that booty up.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
And can you demonstrate?
we got
Demonstrate the video? Also?
No.
No, we don't want to just
We don't even know what that
No.
I
That
don't
is
even know what it
another
is.
show.
I don't even know what that is.
That's another
So you know
show.
from
That's
Atlanta.
another show.
That's twerking here.
So this is where it gets interesting. So,
This is where it gets interesting.
So me and my partner Lauren LeBron, we thought we was ready to start competing under Brian and whatnot. So we started going to the world's largest, and that's when we met like some of the old schools and originals that was on the actual judging panel. So we went up 2013, 2014, and got murdered.
I was with you.
You know what I'm saying? We thought we had the outfit, so we literally was just known as like, man, that real cute couple. They dressed real. You know what I'm saying? Like
They should have won.
Like we got good scores on peers, but got murdered on everything else. So, you know, people like Twin was coming up to us, T. Pratt, Pete Frazier, and it was like, man, y'all got it, but y'all need to slow it down. You just really need to go up under somebody that can show you like the old school way. So by that time, I was real cool with Drew, and me and Lauren both just said like, you know what, enough is enough. We might as well just go to somebody that just keep winning every year. So
That are melted and poured on you. Is that what you're saying?
So we used to live in California. We basically called Drew, flew him out, and had him stay for like 2 weeks at a time and just train us.
You got to be kidding.
I mean, honestly, you
Honestly,
right. You can fly me out there for 2 weeks.
After about training, we came back in 2015. We ended up winning second place in new school, and then we won trio competition first place. And by that time, it was all controversy because everybody was like, oh, y'all did the tricks, and you really didn't earn it. I was the dude that flipped the chick over his head. Yeah, I did that.
Wait a minute.
We didn't know
No,
that. What?
Never mind.
I gotta go back and watch the video. I gotta go back.
Okay. I was like, oh, this just got real good.
With somebody else. There's some memes about that
No,
too.
we
I
got-
haven't
no.
seen it.
Now, look at, no, this is before that. Mine was.
Oh, you was flipping them over the head before everybody else was
I'm gonna just
flipping
say
them
this.
over
Look,
the head.
mine was clean.
Oh, jeez.
15. Why not have my tea? Who producing this around here that don't have my tea in my hand?
The whole room on tea? Yeah, the whole room on tea.
Yeah, we're all on this T.
All righty.
Okay.
Just telling the truth.
And up to 2016, 17, you're at the Heritage Park.
So by that time, you know, we started learning under Drew, and then we started working with Angie Fain, Charnice, and just really starting to get more of a grasp of how the dance is supposed to be done, slowing down your hand signals, your movements, moving from the waist down and whatnot. So now when we come back to compete, like you said, like kind of Ed said, now we got to earn it this year. And that's what we're here to do now.
And so one of the things that's a common element is that you're dancing with old schoolers. You know, you can get in the class and they can show you turns and carousels and rocks. I mean, I don't know what all that kind of stuff,
The
but
manager.
the who?
The roll-out, rollback.
Okay.
Butterfly.
Oh
The
Lord.
extended right.
Extended left too. Okay.
Okay.
So you got all of that stuff in the class, and now to refine your dance, you're going to somebody like Angie Fain that's been dancing over 25 years, Charnice, and you know those kind of people. And so you're getting a refining your dance. That makes a difference.
Absolutely. You got to take it back to the original. And for the longest time, we was just doing it the new school way, and everybody was like, man, y'all moving too fast. And for me, I was like, I don't get it, so I started counting slower.
So you're counting slow to move fast,
So
right?
I was like, man, I ain't understanding. Then Drew kind of sat us down, was like, no, man, it's a flow. You got to watch. And, man, literally, that was the most torture for 2 weeks that me and Lauren ever went through. But the one thing I can say, I'm so appreciative of it. To even be sitting at the table. Y'all still wouldn't know who I am
if it wasn't.
I ain't know
They
who
really
you
don't.
was.
That's why we're on this show. They don't know any of these people.
We're trying to introduce you.
They know me.
Oh, they came. Wait a minute.
Hold on now, let's not get in.
Wait a minute.
Some people know me.
Okay.
Y'all
Come on,
just
sister, y'all.
This a new school show.
hold on.
This a new school show.
This is a new school show,
Yeah.
and the new schoolers do know.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh,
12 of them.
the 12 new schoolers knowing. I like it.
But listen.
But yeah, but it's
so
important to get that.
There are some people that are working on this. You know, some people think that they took one class and they came out and they could teach.
Oh,
Grab your cup, baby. Grab your cup. Yeah. The whole room sipping.
They can teach this thing. However, the commonality in all of this is that they went one place. This
Yeah.
wasn't for me.
Right.
Now I want to take my dance to a different level,
Right.
and so I'm going somewhere else. You know, and you see that I'm gonna pick up something, and I'm gonna take that with me to the next person.
Yeah.
And so you got to work on. You got to get your weight up. You know, you can't come out here 3 classes and say I'm gonna teach. And
You can't
teach
even
like-
get you can't even get like your
A
staff
song
t-shirts
play,
and
no.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Like we got
Where's my
t-shirts and
t-shirts?
everything. We
I'm
got
a
good
co-host.
t-shirts.
Why didn't I?
Oh, did you see the back of my
about-
shirt? Let me show you the back of my
No,
shirt.
no. Look at Maddie's shirt.
Y'all like that?
Whatever.
That's
Okay.
nice.
Now show your shirt, Maddie. Yeah.
She told me to kiss it everywhere. That's what she told me. She said just kiss it everywhere. Just
That's
everywhere.
what that means.
Listen. Well, you know, this other guy we
Okay,
have
this
here,
other
we don't
guy.
even
Now, wait a
know
minute.
if we're worthy.
Wait a minute. We are.
We
Let
are.
me Take
Oh,
this
okay.
off.
Oh, she's skipping now.
Oh,
Oh, just
oh. And that.
I thought, because I gotta go back live again.
oh.
Okay.
When I say yellow school bus specials, this one is.
Not
Love
yellow
him.
school. With the light, with the blinky light
But
on
that's the
top,
short bus.
Blick in the back windows. That's him.
and the tinted windows.
Right. So now we have here Drew, the phenom. I call you that. I do.
Yeah, I think he is.
And so Drew, tell us how it started. I know. Okay, so tell me how it started.
He old too.
He old.
Yeah, I'm 14 years.
So who taught you? Because I heard it, but I want you to tell me who taught you how to step.
So the guy that introduced me to stepping correctly,
And we'll get into
Wait a
that.
minute,
in
we need to
minute.
sip on that.
Sip.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime you say somebody put like a comma, and yeah, that's a sip.
Everybody got to step. Dr. Bill.
Okay, back to you.
And when I say correctly, like on the guy's foot, like a lot of us was learning on the left foot in the trick. So actually teaching me what I was really supposed to be doing was Jamal Brown. Out of Chicago.
Okay, so now the thing with Drew that I like is that he has some technical aspects. You know, we set up and talk, and he tells me stuff that who knows that? How did you know that? So after Jamal,
After Jamal, then I pretty much started dancing with a lot of the people in Detroit. One of my mentors, Sherry Gordon, who also kept me rolling, was on me hard when I did something wrong, punching me in the stomach. She's probably not going to admit to that, but yeah, she was
abuser.
Uh-huh.
But
I noticed that a lot though. I noticed that
Sherry, you can't abuse them.
a lot. Yeah.
but I love her for it. She was really strong.
Made you
on
serious
making sure,
about the day.
make sure everything was right, if you need to feel right. So I give her 100% credit for that. I really appreciate that. Then just dance with a lot more people, Steady Steppers, Larry Collins and Kamal Smith, all of them down there, James. Just watching, really. It's funny because I'm YouTube learned as well. Like YouTube talk. I'm gonna say this because
I don't know what that means.
I'm very visual. I can pick up stuff just by looking at it.
I know.
But again, I
You
have
copy you just stole some of my skills.
steal your footwork.
Right.
I do that with everybody, especially Charlize. Charlize
That's what you're
too.
supposed to do. Yeah.
Do your own shit.
Gotta take my
But I used to watch videos a lot. Like literally, will come home from school, do my homework, and will sit on the computer and watch videos for hours.
Wow.
When I found out Steppin' was on YouTube, and I used to watch Mo, LearnTheStep.com, and Tickman. And I used to, when I tell you, I used to take a lot of stuff from them. And also Daryl and Angela. Daryl was one of the guys I looked for style in Detroit.
I love to see them dance. I always have.
Beautiful
I didn't know
dance.
their names. I mean, I do know their names, but didn't know that was them. But oh, absolutely.
They're awesome.
Oh, absolutely. For sure.
So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, and everything just kept on rolling from there.
And it's been rolling ever since.
Rolling.
Okay.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room.
Is there an elephant?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Well, we'll go sit down.
Yeah, come over here. Make sure you got your drink. You got your drink right there?
Uh-oh.
Can you pass the co-host drink right here?
Oh, wow. That means we're going to be sipping.
It's going down now.
It's about to go. See, those were the pleasantries.
Yeah, we got that out of the way. Y'all ready?
Yes,
Let's go and get this thing
yeah,
real
let's
nice
get
and
this-
good.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Drew,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
hey, how y'all doing?
What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, I know where this going. Go ahead.
So there's a first, second, and third.
Yes.
There's a first, second, and third, right? I mean,
Can I get it ready?
yeah, everybody can go ahead and put them in.
Just hold it in there. Just hold it in your hand.
It's fine. We even got the studio audience. They got y'all got y'all something to drink.
Y'all got y'all something
Y'all got y'all something to drink. Okay, good. Everybody got something to drink. All right. So okay. All right, everybody got it. There we go. All right. So there's a first, second, and third, and I did hear that you guys gave each other a lot of respect about when you were learning to dance. You, hey, I learned from that. You know, back and forth. How did that day feel when you got to the world's largest last year?
I know
Was
how
it
it
like-
felt for
yeah.
him.
Wait, no. That day, like when you woke up that day, did you say, you know what? I think I'm gonna take this. Or you know what? I don't think I'm gonna get first. Like I'm not just asking. No, I'm not asking you to particular.
You never wake up saying, I'm not going to get first.
Right.
I need to know because I'm new. I'm real new. I'm real new.
I'm gonna get better.
All right.
Okay. So walk me through that day. Well,
So
I
who
want
you
you to
wanna
walk
hear
me through
from?
the day.
Who you want to hear from first?
I want to hear from Drew.
Okay, what you want to hear?
I want to walk me through that day.
Well, I get up and the first thing, of course, is I have to go to Donnie's class.
Okay.
Gotta go to the,
Okay, so
to the-
Johnny's class
Johnny's
is
Davis
the
workshop.
world's largest workshop weekend steppers class. Right.
Okay.
Gotta go.
Everybody is there. I mean, you would think there was a stepper set at Hamilton Park.
So that's where I get my last minute knowledge and detailed things to kind of implement to what I'm gonna do later at night. Now, hopefully I do it if I remember to, because sometimes you get on that stage and you forget everything.
Everything.
Okay.
So a lot of it has to be instinct.
So it's not a routine.
No.
No, that's
So y'all don't have routine?
the worst thing.
No.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, like when I do like this, when I put you in the matador, I want you to come back. You know, if I don't give you the roll out rope, then you know that's next. That type of thing, that's not what we're doing. Oh, okay. Okay. That was early on? Okay. Okay.
On the spot, get it in where it fit in. When the music come on, if it ain't your song and it's somebody else's, you make it seem like it's yours by doing whatever you need to make it happen.
Right.
Your job is to pull the attention from everybody else that's on that floor.
Exactly.
Because you got 10 or 5 to 10 people up there looking, and they looking at 15 different people on the floor. You need to pull the attention, and you do whatever you think is necessary to make that happen. Well, of course, while staying in the rules.
Right. It's jumping off the stage when I...
Go get your ticket money right now.
I'm sorry.
Here you go, baby.
Thank you.
Can you like email something out to the audience? Y'all can drink some tea.
I don't know, audience, are you guys drinking anything? Let me get some thumbs up, some hearts. You need to have you something to drink.
How you sipping
It's gonna
tea?
get
'Cause I
real.
don't know.
It's getting real. Go ahead.
Okay, come on.
So yeah. So then, of course, after that, you know, you try to get yourself, you know, some eat, get all your pain meds together, because you be hurting. by the end of the night, especially when you done dance 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Switching and changing and all that stuff. And then you got to get there at a certain time to check.
But that's for people that were in 3 or 4 different categories.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Some of us aren't.
Well,
we just sometimes we just got to be extra and do extra.
You just do too much.
I think we should just extra shit.
Right.
Extra money.
Just go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you get to Tinley Park, then you got to go through the registration process. So you got to go to Tina table because she at the table every year, and she don't play. You need to make sure.
Come on, let's sip some tea over here.
Tina
Mo.
And when you get there,
I know she the type so already.
Yeah.
And that's an inside joke.
and don't come to the table if you ain't got your partner with you because you're not checking in.
She ain't doing none of
And your
that.
ID.
She's serious about that.
I gotta wait 15 minutes. I'm sitting here at the table waiting for my partners to get here. Yeah, I make it seem like I'm going early all the time, but it ain't always like that. But anywho, so get yourself prepared, and that's when it really start, kind of slightly getting to you when you walk into the contestant room and you see everybody just sitting there. They looking at you, and you looking at them, and they got their bags in hand or they hanging stuff up, and you sitting there like, well, where am I put my stuff? Then y'all figure it out, and then you just go on and go on and go on, and then y'all talking, and you like, good luck. Y'all don't even talk, but you like, good luck.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, what
Y'all
you really
don't
be
even
thinking
talk?
in the back of your mind.
I mean, like, you probably don't even talk to this person for 364 days.
That's right.
That day.
Y'all speaking.
Good luck.
And listen, that's sportsmanship.
It is.
It is. I think so.
What you do is absolutely necessary, and keep that calm.
But can I make a statement to you? Can we speed it up? Can we speed it up
When
so
we
when
get
y'all
to
when
the
it was y'all
2000,
category?
right.
No, when it was
We
like
get
your
to
category, they called your
September
numbers up.
that night. Can we get to
Yeah.
This is where
when they called your name?
When they called your name
and
and your
y'all
number.
walked through the aisle.
Right.
Well,
Did
that's
you
to
have
the end
to,
of
did you
with the
step
light
on some
gym
rose
shoes.
petals? Was the rose petals before or after you?
the road was
the
after
same
me.
side?
But let
Okay,
me just,
go ahead.
let
The
me
rose
just go
petals was
here.
they was they.
This is what the show is really about.
It's right. You got the rest of you guys are just fillers. I appreciate it.
Rose petals
Let's just
props.
get
I thought you couldn't have no
This
props.
must just get
Okay, I thought you couldn't have no props. Rose petals props.
I
Anyway,
think I can get
Go
both
ahead.
on the same room.
So I'm sure all the contestants can contest to this. But as soon as that world's largest music come on, that's when that shit at the pit of your stomach start happening. It's about to get down.
butterflies.
So then they call your name, and you gotta go up there, and literally I'm shaking.
So you still get nervous?
Oh, hell shit. I mean,
Really?
No choice.
like jitters.
You don't get nervous, Amanda? Really?
Not me.
You don't either.
Those
This
are
the big
ballers for you. Those
Right.
are ballers for you. They just go out there like, well,
This the big show.
It is what it is.
Yeah, this the big show. This
Those
not
the
the
kids
little
that love
show.
getting attention. That's all
right.
that
Everybody watching me.
I don't though.
I told you.
Well,
Yeah.
I
you
love
go on
it.
that stage and you do what you gotta do and just hope that you did enough.
At what point do you realize that you did it?
When they call my
They
name.
call one.
It's a serious question. Like if you on the stage, you're going, you know what? Maybe I should have wore something
I'm gonna
else, or
tell
maybe
you,
I should
when
have
you
picked a
get up
different
there,
song.
sometimes you kind of zone out. But I'm gonna tell you, it's that moment when you realize you didn't do enough, just because, and you probably did everything, was when you take that first step off the stage. You feel like I could have did that.
That's my
Oh,
point.
we did this. I don't know why we didn't do this today, but we've done that before, right?
That moment, I'd be like,
And that's everybody. That's not just first, second, or third place winners. Everybody comes off that floor and think, oh shit.
I should have done some more.
that to me wasn't that song to go like
the worst though.
5 more seconds. I could have pulled this out.
Right.
Don't take off
Excuse me.
the jacket.
Thank you.
Oh, listen,
Yeah.
I know that
I can attest to that.
1994,
Go ahead.
I danced with Stephen Greg Thompson. We had the same outfits on. He had on a tuxedo with the cummerbund to match my dress. And he took it off before he got on the dance floor.
Yes.
And they took off points.
Really?
Sure.
So it doesn't matter either because if you take it off while you're on the stage, they take it
Oh
off.
no, that's cute.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Yeah, it's
I
cute.
need that.
Not if you use it and drip it over your arm. and then put it on your partner. And all of that.
Oh, that's proper. You going past.
Are you serious?
Just start. I think she
Are
and her
you
partner did this.
Serious?
Just sip y'all tea.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Did y'all? Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Why is he laughing so big? He's real new.
I want to hear. I was on the table. Go ahead.
He's really new.
I won.
Oh,
Oh my God!
well, red for me.
Is it? Did you just say I wear red for a reason? Because I was clearly bleeding today. I mean, clearly.
Clearly, I saw it.
Okay, so you realized when you got off the stage that maybe you should have done some more, or you just was like, I don't know. How did you feel? How did you feel when you walked down, when you
When
finished?
you walk down the stage, you just feel like, I wish I could have did just a little bit different. I wish I didn't have all this felt on the bottom of my shoes because I was about to bust my ass. Me and Ann both was walking off that stage.
Everybody felt it.
Oh my God.
So the
Like,
lights didn't do it.
Pete, stop putting powder on the floor. Please.
That wasn't how.
What lights?
Don't put no
That was what?
powder on the floor.
Well, they have power, and then they have some kind of dance,
Let's go here.
which is
I'm gonna
worse.
talk straight into this camera here.
Which one?
Look,
The main one.
The main one.
Okay, talk up.
As the director comes even closer, mind you.
Pete Frazier, do not allow them to put no powder on that floor. They are contestants, which means they get a chance to come and see that floor, test that floor out. They need to get proper dance wear to go to that floor as is.
Yeah.
Do not add anything to it, because when I go on that floor and I think I'm doing one thing and then I get to there and there's something else, you just cost me my win.
So that split didn't do it. That split wasn't on purpose. I saw the split.
You know what? Now he just answered something for me.
What?
The boy was shuffling, and then that's how he ended up jumping off the stage because he had too much power.
He couldn't stop.
Oh my
He couldn't stop. He couldn't stop.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Right now, Dad. You
I didn't say that. You
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm gonna be drunk
Okay.
in a minute sipping all this.
We done sipped some tea today. Can
Okay.
you go to Tim? Can we go to him because we got to wrap up in a minute? I know you guys don't want us to go, but our director said, y'all got 10 minutes."
What did he do? How did you say we got 10 minutes?
He put his hands on it.
Did
you miss it?
Yeah, I missed it.
You missed it.
I was finding over Drew. Okay, the cane. So we got the cane here. So take us through.
Come on here.
Mine be quick though, because mine wasn't like long like that.
It's not long like that.
No, so I got up. I had to boo boo first. Like, you gotta get out the way. You gotta get your jitters out early. You get your
So you had bubble gum. You had bubble gum.
Really?
You had bubble gum.
You
Had bubble
gotta
gum.
get that out the way early.
Okay.
Early. Get that out the way early.
A number of times.
Oh, Lord.
So you had to release.
Well, right. That's king shit right there.
You gotta sit on the throne.
All right, the king got to
Sit on the throne. I get it. All right, go ahead. Did you keep it? No, you didn't have it yet. Go ahead.
So that day, I came in, grabbed my stuff, talked to Amanda. I think I talked to Darlinda Russell because I said I need some extra stuff with our outfits. So she was like, "Come over, let's put it together. Everything you got in mind." So we
And Darlinda Russell, first of all, is a legendary step.
And she's a friend to the show. She's been on the show before.
Right,
So
world's
thank you.
largest contest winner and a designer extraordinaire.
Definitely.
definitely. So we got that taken, all that worked out. Got up there. I was like, "Amanda, you ready?" She was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we get in the dressing room. I'm sitting at the table. Drew come in. He sit at the table across from me. I say, "You know what's about to happen to you, right?"
Oh my God. Let me go over here.
And he was like, "What you talking about?" I was like, "I'm about to kick your ass."
Oh.
Like,
Okay, so, right.
So-
But my question
Is that what really happened? Is that what really happened?
I do not recall.
He doesn't recall that. He doesn't recall that.
Okay, but my
He doesn't
question is
remember.
this.
He doesn't
Did
remember.
you really think that, or did you just say that trying to pump yourself up?
no, I really thought that this year. Like coming into this contest this year, my confidence was at a whole different level. Before, when I was competing, it was just, it was me. I'm like, I'm gonna win. I felt I would win. But this year, I was like, I know it. Like,
I'm thinking about 30 other couples thought the same way.
No,
When
they ain't feel like
walked
this.
the door. They thought
No,
that.
They ain't feel like this. When
Yeah,
I made sure, I said, I'm coming out on some king shit. They throwing rose petals. I'm having my
Those are
staff.
props. Our props illegal in the world.
But it was before we got on the stage.
Oh, is that what you? That's what it is.
You gotta be
That's
technical.
Did you feel that the
technicality.
rose petals affected your win?
Not at all.
What do you think? So,
It was the
from
sand.
your
I mean, the
perspective,
powder.
how do you think that you prepared enough to win the world's life?
Well, I don't know if I prepared enough, but like I said, the main thing was my confidence level had changed.
Okay.
And I had to come in knowing that this is it. Like, I'm not taking...
Like I tell them, you got to leave everything
Yeah,
on the floor.
that's it.
Ain't no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it this evening. You got to leave it right here.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it could be anybody's win.
Absolutely.
But I knew it was mine that day.
I'll be right back.
Well,
Okay.
y'all didn't ask me about mine. Y'all want to tell me?
Doc, this is
No,
something
that's what
else.
I'm
This is
saying.
something else. This was a controversial situation. Let me go back over here.
There ain't
I'll go back over here. I know we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So when you won,
Uh-huh.
what is the first thing that you did?
Got on Facebook.
Somebody said got on Facebook Live. What was the first thing you did?
I think I almost cried or something. Like,
Did you?
I had one of them soft
okay,
moments,
man.
you know, yeah. But I had to hold it in because, you know. But it was like real good because to beat Drew on the stage because he's like that guy. And Hunter.
Correct.
Like, he's like that guy been winning nonstop. So to beat him on that stage right then and there, it was like glorious.
And so the thing of that, though, is that you did the best dance that day.
That day.
Right.
Can I say something?
Because it's any given Sunday.
Right.
It really is. Here it comes.
Right.
Oh, she want to say
I
something.
do, because I want to get it out there.
Oh.
What is it, darling?
Because
Mama, you listening?
I respect Drew and Ann so much because I've learned a lot from them. That's why this win was just like, it felt like the confidence level and everything, it was just like through the roof. Because I don't know, because we respect Drew and Ann so much. It was just like, we beat them mugs. You know what I mean? And it felt good and not in a disrespectful way. You know what I'm saying? It's just we learned from them. You know what I'm saying? So to beat them, y'all some good teachers.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Let's give a clap on that. Let's give a clap.
Okay,
Let's give a clap on that. So the people that thought that it was some bad blood or some whatever, it's all love at this table. So
Okay,
that's been
The other
debunked.
big elephant in the room.
What?
Uh-huh.
There's some more?
So, what do you think was one of the reasons for you not taking second, but taking third? Do you think it was that you had lighted up gym shoes on? Maybe if you had a I'm serious.
I'm going to go ahead and leave the show now. I'm done. You guys can see yourselves out. I appreciate you for coming in. I'm out. Before,
Hold on. What I'm saying is, sometimes it might be just the way you're dressed. You think?
Let me just say this. I'm a firm believer in it only takes 1 point to win.
Exactly.
So therefore, if a judge feels that my attire, which I believe played a big part, if my attire does not fit what they feel is necessary to win, then therefore I did not make the proper point.
now, you know what? It is a politically correct answer, and I really like it. Let's give him a hand clap on that. I really did like that. I really, because what I really like about it is he didn't make an excuse for it. He said,
Right.
well, if that wasn't what they wanted,
Right.
or they felt it should have been something else, then okay, I'll take that.
Over the years, you have heard people say, "Oh, they cheated. They did
Exactly.
say that."
Exactly.
First of all, Pete Frazier really doesn't care who he gives that money to.
Correct.
Okay, and you can look up on that dais with the judges that they have, and he has some really great judges.
Yes, he does.
You know that it's not like he let anybody off the street come up.
That's correct.
So those judges were handpicked, and they have people that score these points. Now, if you dress like somebody said, well, I didn't like that. If it's 5 points and I give you 4 out of all the judges and it's 10 judges,
Right.
you know, there's your points right there.
Right.
or I don't like the way he stepped, but I like the way he stepped. So I'm going to give him a 4 and I'm going to give him a 5.
Correct.
You know, sometimes, like you say, it can be
1 point.
just that 1 point.
That's correct.
But it ain't because it's fixed or
Right.
rigged. They don't care who they gave money to.
I may say.
Oh yeah, for the world's largest steppers contest winner in the.
Can we go on and let him say his little piece
No,
real quick and we got to go?
One thing about me, when I get on that stage, I want a 10 for appearance. I'm going to get a 10.
What? Okay,
Shut up.
wait a minute. Okay, wait. Let's vote. Let's vote. Who all gives him a 10 today?
I give him a
I-
Everybody gives him a 10. Everybody gives.